Are you ready for life-saving and life-changing hacks?
Was ist das?
20 minutes of the best top expert tips and hacks to make your life better. LifeHakx. Technology, business, multimedia, wellness and health, events, reviews, and more. This is Mary Collins from LifeHakx Media, and I have the pleasure to be back online and in studio with Eva Weisenbeck, our wellness and health coach. Hi, Eva. How are you?
Hi, Mary. I'm really excited to be back. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited about this season. We have a lot of top experts as usual. However, we have more specialists, chefs, and specialists in general than ever. So, for example, we have Gregory Doyen, an international pastry chef who happens to make the most amazing pastries and also has classes that are available online and in person. So super excited about having Gregory, as well as Andrew Smith from Baking Impossible. So he's a Belfast man, so I'm so super excited as well because, there's so many things coming out now with a Northern Irish theme. So good old Northern Irish. Anyway, besides that, Baking Impossible. And then we have experts like trauma specialist, Michelle Rosenthal. I know, because I think this time of the year, we really need to talk about what's going on, and instead of just sort of worrying about it, kind of figure a way through the times that we're living in.
Yeah.
So trauma experts, we have Hypno Kids, Barbara Scholl, who talks to, in the new year, we'll have her on talking about how to help your kids through those mental blocks that they're experiencing during study and exam time, of course, Jim Browning, who talks about scams. Yeah. And we're just full of really wonderful people. So with that, do you want to announce that, of course, we have our sadistic statistics and our, of course, conspiracy theory versus critical thinking, which we'll continue with as well. But we also have a new series. So you take it away, Eva. Tell us a little bit more about that.
We do. So we won't drop the ball. We're going to carry on with the others, but we are doing Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, wind, and fire, baby. And what we mean by that is that, like I was saying, we're going to try and go for a lot of more healing episodes to help people through these hard times. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about what you have planned in our Earth, Wind, and Fire series.
Yeah, so we'll drop in a couple of little ones. So Earth, Wind and Fire, we're still going to do a mixture of, as you say, healing, spiritual, and also grounding back into science and the research. So we can say, because we like to do that, we like to have the mix.
Yeah, so, the crazy on my side, the kind of like the sci-fi on my side, and the science on yours, which is really...
I love it because we've talked about this before, where actually, if you look at most old housewife tales and things like that, or what traditional tribes used to do, science is now catching up, going, oh yeah, okay, we understand why you did that now. It actually works.
Right.
So I like that. That's the neat thing about science.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we actually have a neuropsychologist, Mario Martinez, who will be talking all about culture, the gut, the immune system, and actually how our cultural background makes a difference in our health.
Yeah, so that would be fascinating. Yeah. Some amazing experts, as you said. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to drop a couple of crumbs in per Earth, Wind and Fire to get people curious.
Yay!
So I'm going to start with Earth because I'm going to read this. So when we talk about Earth, we can talk about soil, because soil impacts all of us, because the food we eat comes from the soil one way or another. So a couple of sadistic statistics, they're not really, but they are.
Statistics.
Yeah. And this is, to me, just insane, and it's something we need to just become aware of these things. So 4 companies, this is across the world, only 4 companies own over 60% of all seeds.
Please don't tell me Walmart.
No, but it's like Bayer and stuff like that. So,
whoa.
And what that kind of means is that, the range of seeds available has shrunk enormously. And obviously farmers are then tied into a commercial company. They can't sort of keep their own seeds. They can't have seed stores. So if there's a problem.
Yeah. I've heard about that on the news, actually. Oh, not the real news, like research news, because the real news is all theater. about, places like Africa and India actually having serious problems because they have to buy from specific people.
Yeah.
And the seeds die off every year, so they have to replant every year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it
It's
also ties in because once you have the seed, you need the specific chemical to go with that specific seed, and it all just spirals. So yeah, so that's a huge topic. We're going to touch on that. And then the ramification of all of this, and the ramification of our, or like how they're trying to push agriculture, and even more so now. And we've seen that when we looked at regulations last year with what they're now allowing, which we can do a quick recap on later. But yeah. I'm just going to read off some soil nutrients because this is really interesting as well. So from like the 1950s, so it's like a generation ago. It's not that long, really. I'm just going to write, nutrients. Magnesium in vegetables have gone down 25%.
And we need magnesium for all you people that don't know. Magnesium literally is the foundation of human beings and animals. Like we need it.
Absolutely. It's like thousands of different things in the body it does. It's so crucial. Also, and the thing that kind of links with magnesium is potassium and calcium, because there's a balance to be had. So yeah, magnesium down 25%. Potassium, and this is in vegetables we eat. Potassium down 20%. Calcium is down 50% because the soil just is so depleted where they grow.
All the chemicals.
And because we farm so hard and we don't crop rotate anymore like they used to do and things. So yeah, it's not regenerative, basically, is what we're saying. The one that surprised me actually when I looked this up was iron. So the iron content in vegetables has gone down 30%. Now it's a slightly different type of iron in vegetables to meat, but meat, because so much meat is now kind of intensively farmed. I can't say that, reared.
Yeah.
The iron content's gone down 55%.
So even for the vegetarians who think, oh, well, I'll get my iron, which you need, by the way, for your thyroid, to function. I'll get it from vegetables. No, you're also being screwed, So
you are being screwed. Yeah, you're being screwed. Is what it absolutely is. Yeah, and then also you need the genetic to be able to convert it properly. So that's a whole nother ballgame. Yeah. Copper. So this is interesting because when we talk immune system and viral activity and stuff, zinc is like one of the superstars for the immune system to function properly, and it needs to be balanced with copper. And copper's gone down 70%.
What?
Yeah. So I'm like, there's no wonder.
So we're just going to get sicker and sicker.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot to talk about on Earth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So remember, people, there will be actual laws, legislations, and rules that are changing based on our Earth, and and things that hopefully we can do to supplement or change or make a difference to our environment.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so shall we move on to wind?
Sure.
Of like the nice kind, not the
kind I just like
Brussels sprouts. Yeah. Sorry. I'm thinking Christmas already. I'm quite excited. So we're talking sound and sound therapy, which is huge, and it's a topic I don't know that much about, but I find it really interesting. The first fact I'm just going to drop in because it blew my mind is that you often see sound as waves, don't you, when you see it depicted, well, anywhere really. Well, you say sound wave, but it's not. It's like a cone or a sphere that goes out and undulates. I'm moving my hands, which you can't see on the radio, but yeah. So imagine like a traffic cone. Your sound goes out. It's like a round blob, and that creates friction, and the friction creates infrared light, which then impacts everything in its path, including our bodies. That's why sound and music is so fundamental.
For healing, exactly. That's why the conspiracy theorists would believe that the hertz in radio was changed on purpose to make us ill. That's the whole conspiracy. And that the difference, and they have proven this, that things like plants and animals and people do better or worse at performing or surviving in general based on the vibrational sounds, waves or circles around them.
Yeah, absolutely. And
listen to my voice.
Yes, look into my eyes.
I will heal you with my voice. Anyway.
But again, the science is finally catching up, and there's an amazing UK company which have created this sort of machine. I don't even know quite how it works, but like system where they can kind of create an image of the sound, whatever the sound is, so you can see it properly, not just in a wave. It's remarkable. But yeah, so chanting, drumming, hymns, singing, all of these things, science, and I say, oh, we kind of get it. As you say, you can use it for good or bad.
Right. This is how many wars have been, like started with the old dum dum da dum drums that, because we share it with reptiles. We have that rhythm in the back of our skull, which is like the very beginning of our alert, our ability to reason or fight, flight. All of this is based on that part of the brain, and it's all based on rhythm and sound.
Yeah, it is. And actually, just checking in one more, if we go slightly more kind of like, woo, I like it because, so what they're saying is that, if you have two tuning forks, and you knock one, so one starts vibrating, the other one will do it automatically, even at a distance, because it picks up on the vibration. Now, our bodies are exactly the same because of all our water content in our cells. So we will always try and stay in harmony and stay in harmony, vibrate at the same
frequency.
Same frequency as other people. So when you kind of say, I just feel a bit off with this person, there might be a good reason for that.
Right. That's great, because I'm going to have a lot of people talking about Reiki and healing on the show as well. So this really ties in beautifully with the fact that there may be something to Reiki and healing and vibration and communicating with animals and empathy and feeling what other people are going through. It's there. Science is there, and Eva is going to prove it.
I'm going to prove it. I'm going to chuck some links to you.
And remember, people, you can go to lifehakx.com, that's with a K and an X, to find out more information and to look at some of our previous episodes that also deal with other forms of wellness and health, including Monsters Inside with Dr. Vishal from the Swiss Mountain Clinics. It tells you all about parasites and how they can greatly affect your health. Including cancers, gut health can make a big difference depending on those parasites. So cool. Go on.
Okay, so that was actually such a great link, because now we're going to do fire.
Okay. Why work harder when you can work smarter and live better? Life hacks. Okay, so what do we have next, Eva?
Yeah, so that was a great link from the Swiss Mountain Clinic, because we're going to go into fire next. And fire, we're going to talk quite a lot about light therapy, heliotherapy, which I'm sure they do there when I looked at them.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because traditionally it's been sort of the Germans, Switzerland, Austria, Russia. They were really the pioneers in using it.
Even with the pandemic that we have, they all go down to like infrared and heat sources seem to kill off certain viruses, parasites, whatever this is. So conspiracy theory versus critical thinking.
But the body is complex. The body is very, very complex. We know so little, which I find fascinating. Actually, can I do a little tangent? Just because I saw this the other day and I got so excited. I had to post it on Facebook. I had no idea. There are 7 major differences between a biological male and a biological female gut.
Ooh! Damn! That's controversy. I identify as having a male gut. No, I don't. I definitely have a female.
But this to me just shows that we're not cardboard cutouts.
Right.
Everyone needs to be treated as an individual, and as you say, and particularly when it comes to our gut and our gut content and what we talked about before, it's so important. And going back to the Swiss Mountain Clinic as well. But anyway, that was just a little cool fact. We're not going to cover it, but so light therapy. So a lot of people might have heard of it, like kind of going back to like the sort of beginning of the 1900s or even slightly earlier. You started to set up like sanatoriums. Where it was all about fresh air and
for tuberculosis and
So, and they actually, they treated and helped a lot of people with TB and a lot of other really serious kind of infections.
Even the Spanish flu.
Even the Spanish flu.
That's right. The hospitals that were most successful were the ones that had open windows and let their patients go outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
And
survived.
it's the UV light from the sun that does a lot of that. I think so. It's one of these things that science knows a little bit, but it doesn't know all of it because the body is complex. So a little bit has to do with, obviously, it's going to boost your vitamin D. And again, vitamin D is a superstar of the immune system. We need to have that up. And please, here's my plea, check your level now. It's a quick and easy blood test. Mary and I covered it lots in the past. Go and read the blog, check it out. But yeah, so it can be the vitamin D, but also the ultraviolet light. Contact kills. It's phenomenal.
Right. Looking forward to that. Light therapy. We're not going to go as far as Gwyneth and say that we can eat the light to stay thin and healthy. No.
We're not. But kind of
there's something in sun worship. There is something there. I mean,
I definitely. And I think this is kind of where I start going, this is so interesting. Sunlight might be a slightly different thing, but water and water molecules, when water molecules move, vibrate, which they do, again, they create friction. The friction creates energy. So we do actually have like a self-generating energy source inside of us. I don't know enough about
that's a great life hacks to know that.
It's like, oh my God, that's pretty amazing. So again, so the quality of water is another huge one which you might cover too. That's a really interesting one, actually. Picking up a little bit on the earth one with like what's in our water.
Right, exactly.
Cool. Can I just do a really cool little historical fact? Because it just made me giggle quite a lot. So I have to admit, I'm not the biggest fan of breakfast cereal because I think the modern day breakfast cereal
garbage.
It's just sugar. It's like dessert. It's dessert.
It's magically delicious.
Yeah, I know. Like a charm.
For all the people who know that one.
So yeah, okay. So that's just me. I'm not a huge fan. I kind of think, you can do it, but do it sensibly. Look at the sugar content, look at the additives, look at stuff. Anyway, John Harvey Kellogg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of knew a little bit because I knew that he was heavily into nutrition and did he swam in his pond, cold water swimming and all of these things. I knew he was really into that. What I didn't know is that he was into light therapy.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either. And I watched a documentary about him.
And he was actually one of the first, he was like one of the pioneers across the pond, as we say, because we're this side. So yeah, in America, he was one of the first ones. And he created like a light cabinet that he put people in, which is like, oh my God, that's almost like an infrared sauna in today's term, maybe exactly. Basic. But it's all there. It's nothing new. We're just
he knew about it, but decided to just go ahead and become a corporation and poison people instead. Oh well.
Yeah, but again, I don't know how much that was him and kind of what happened after him, and I don't know. Right. A lot of these things start off with very good intention.
Yeah, Einstein. Just want to be smart, show the world. Oops. Was that an atomic bomb that just created? Oh well.
Yeah, but he was actually so insightful, very philosophical. That surprised me with Einstein. So,
very faith-based as well.
Yeah, one of our other mottos, Mary, is always the kind of like, don't be a headliner. Don't just read the headline about anything.
Right. Dig a little deeper. Don't be so shallow.
Yeah, nothing is black and white. Nothing is good or bad.
Before I get too deep.
So that's a quick summary of Earth, Wind and Fire. And I'm really excited.
Yes, it's going to be an amazing series. And as I said, we're really going to focus on your health, people. And you need to focus on your health. And even if it's and also survival. I mean, we're going to have Jane Hudson, who's a nurse, talking about how to treat yourself as best you can at home before clogging up the emergency services. Because let's face it, the same people that we clapped for a year ago, we're firing now. So it might just be a little bit short-staffed. And if there's something that you can treat at home because it's more about your mental health or it's something that's really basic, we want to try and treat that. It's got to start at home. Self-care starts with yourself. So we hope to really introduce you to a lot of great experts and to, of course, shine some light on on health, wellness, and good and spiritual well-being.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Eva. I'm really looking forward to this season. For anyone who's interested, please do check out also Eva Weisenbeck's coaching. She's on Facebook and she's on our website, lifehakx.com. That's with a K and an X on Radio X. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you, ma'am.
lifehakx.com. That's with a K and an X on Radio X.